finally April, and it's time for us to plant the very first fruit of Grow, Cook, Eat.
Yes, against my better judgment, Karen, you've convinced me to grow fruit. But I am now fully on board, fully subscribed.
Yes, he is.
Great idea.
And guess what? There's no seeds, there's no module trays, there's no faffing.
No faffing.
Let's go get the plants.
All right.
And simply get your plants in a garden centre.
Sit down there now, we'll have an old chat.
Okay, well, what did we get?
Well, yeah, so we got 3 different types, and the reason you get 3 types is to try and prolong the season for as long as you can. So we have an early summer, an early fruiting variety, which is called Cambridge Favourite. Then we've got the classic Irish strawberry, which is called El Santa, which is in the kind of midsummer. And then the late one, which is definitely this little small one, which is called Symphony. Okay, so we're going to do 3 rows. First one over there, which will be the early, we hope. Second one there in the middle, which is the mid-season one, and the third one will be the late one in the last row.
Sounds like a plan.
We're hoping for lots of fruit, so you need a high potassium, high phosphate feed. So seaweed dust, the old reliable.
So not nitrogen.
We're going to put a little bit of nitrogen, but if you put too much of the poultry manure pellets, which are very high in nitrogen, you're going to end up with all plant and no fruit. So just a small amount of this, but we're going a bit heavier on the seaweed for that reason. Strawberries don't like having their feet wet, so they don't like any kind of, their roots sitting in wet soil.
Okay.
So what we do is we make little kind of mounds for the strawberry plants to sit into.
Oh, is that so the water can drain down?
Yeah,
then?
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Again, with strawberries, the rows are about sort of 40 to 50 centimetres apart. Lovely, healthy little plant. Roots are well established there, so we're just literally in the middle of this. We're going to make a little bit of a hole and firm that in. So it's just sitting up out of the main part of the soil, which means it's going to stay nice and dry.
So we just need to label them, which will be interesting.
I know mine is Symphony, so good luck with your...
It's your fault. Do you know what? Mother Nature will let us know in a couple of weeks' time anyway. So let's say mid with the El Santa and Cambridge.
Yeah, good guess, I think.
Is that it?
No, we're going to put a little bit of fleece down. So we're still getting some frosty nights forecast for this week. And these ones I'd be kind of a little bit worried about. They're very tiny. Yeah. Frost might give them a setback, so we're just going to put this fleece over with them just for a week or so.
I am so delighted to be growing strawberries in Container Corner. Not only are they relatively easy and absolutely delicious, but they are one of the fruits that take up very little space, and you can grow them in a hanging basket, so you can make the most of your vertical space. We're not going to do the mounding up because there isn't that amount of space in the hanging basket, but it's literally easily to ease them out. So I'm going to just put 2 into this one. Michael Kelly would be so proud. I'm resisting the urge to put in all 3. Okay, so that's those heroes sorted. Now, 1 done, 1 to go. Okay, here we go. Let's get the last 2 in. There you go, that took all of 5 minutes. So all being well, I'm going to have loads of delicious strawberries to have in Container Corner this summer. So what's happening here?
Well, I'm not 100% happy with the old strawberries. They haven't really established a good root system yet, and that means they're not able to suck up the nutrition that's in the soil.
Okay.
They're a little bit weak looking.
But no doubt you're going to swoop in here in your hero cape with this solution.
Yes, so what we need to do is give them a liquid feed, which is like just getting direct to the source. Even the foliage, the leaves themselves can absorb some of the nutrients through the leaves.
Oh, deadly. So the solution actually is a solution?
Yeah, I guess it is. I get what you mean now. Sorry, I didn't know where you were going with that for a second. So all we're going to do is we have a watering can full of water.
Yeah.
And then we have this lovely black treacly liquid, which is a seaweed, a really concentrated liquid seaweed feed. So it's effectively typically a cap full of the seaweed liquid with a full watering can.
Okay, so just chuck it straight in.
So we're going to water the leaves themselves.
Okay.
And we're going to do this every couple of weeks until these bounce back a bit.
Right, so
every 2 weeks.
forensic watering.
Well, not quite forensic, but onto the leaves themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
So, check these heroes out. They are doing incredibly well, despite the weather. I even have my first strawberry. Clearly a fair bit of ripening to be done, clearly more sunshine needed. So all I need to do right now is to give it a feed. I have some organic liquid fertilizer that I've diluted down according to instructions. Give or take. So I'm just going to give them a really good soak, pop them back up and wait for the sun to shine. Okay, done. Back up they go. And that's it. Come on, Mr. Sunshine, I need you for my strawberries and cream. These are looking very, very well for the first year of growth.
Yeah.
Way more strawberries than I would have expected.
Is there?
Have you been feeding them like a mad thing?
Not really. Like, we've been feeding them every 2 weeks, just a general purpose kind of organic feed.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that you protect strawberries from getting wet and therefore rotting by putting a layer of straw underneath them.
Yeah, you're right in that if it's leaning on the ground, they're inclined to rot. So even just to put something underneath it, like a stone. This is my other special prop, the S2000. So just stick that in underneath there.
Stealth stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
No expense spared here on Grow Cook Eat, Karen.
What about these lovely heroes here?
Yeah, so this is deadly, I think, with strawberries. So they send out, what's called a runner.
Yep.
And this is the beginnings of a new strawberry plant. So what it's trying to do is find the soil to sort of set root in the soil and turn into a new strawberry plant. So what we're going to do is try and catch them. So all that we do is we get a little pot of compost. This is just a regular potting compost. Put it down in the soil and we just sit that there on top.
Okay.
We peg it in and we just have a little peg just to put over the top to stop it sort of moving. And then we just wait for it to take root. It'll take a couple of weeks. And when that happens, then we'll just snip that off and you've got a brand new strawberry plant.
That's brilliant.
And then it's just like have the bowl of ice cream at the ready, waiting for these luscious strawberries.
I will be here for that.
All right. Karen, it's Mick. Pick up your phone. Strawberries are ready. Okay, Karen, you're not here in 5 minutes. I'm going to harvest them. Karen! I can't believe she is not here for this bit after all our hard work. And she's nowhere to be found. So the thing about strawberries is almost more than any of the fruit and veg that you grow is when they are ready, and they will wait for absolutely nobody or nothing, including Karen O'Donoghue. And look at the colours on these. They are absolutely gorgeous. The vibrance of the colour in that, look at that. It's just incredible looking. And in your first year, which is what this is, your crop is kind of decent, but the good news is it's going to be even better next summer. Which is something to look forward to indeed. But even in this year, we've done really well. And because we've kind of put stones under some of them as well, we've kept them up off the soil so that they're nice and, they're coming in contact to the soil or rotting or anything like that. And I think I'm just going to start picking these now and get them into a bowl for myself. I think that's nearly it. There wasn't really anything on this. Oh, wait now. Oh my goodness, look at the size of this one. This is hiding in the corner here and it was the best one of all. And Karen, if you were here, I would have given you this one, but you're not. So, hard luck.
serious? We have to go and do the strawberries.
I am, Karen.
But like we harvested them. Like, are we not
They
done?
need lots of TLC afterwards. This is like a 3-year project you have to put the time into.
Okay. Note to
You
self.
didn't do that the last time?
No.
Now, I still haven't harvested my strawberries, but that's probably because I only have 2 to harvest. So all I can do is prep that plant for next summer by cutting back the leaves to their bare minimum to help with overwintering.
It is time to be brutal. I am not the softie that everybody thinks I am. Watch this. And it's gone. Okay, one last thing. Last bit of feed. And done.
So that's me all set for next summer. What about our main crop?
What do we need to do?
We're going to cut the plants right back
Okay.
and just have the very bare minimum amount of foliage on them. And then the second thing we're going to do is all the runners. So you remember we tried to catch a couple of the runners into pots to give us more plants
Yep.
for next year, which is great. Two out of 3 ain't bad, Karen, I always say. Okay, so 2 things. So we have to cut it from the mother plant and we have to cut off this second runner as well,
Okay.
yeah? So we're going to cut that off.
Who's the baby sister?
Don't be afraid. And then we're going to cut this from the original plant back here, yeah?
So you're going to tell me now we have to start sacrificing
Yeah.
all the ones that rooted in the bed.
Exactly, yeah. Basically what we're going to do is just take some of the kind of healthy foliage, right? So
Yeah.
we've got that much, should be enough. And we're going to cut everything else off.
So we're giving this dude a hardcore
A
number 1
really,
haircut.
really hardcore haircut.
Okay.
And once that's done, it's a bit of a feed. And they're also ready for the winter.
That was so therapeutic, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
Brutality of it, I loved it.
For you, maybe, I found that a little
Look
bit
how
tricky.
neat and clean it is now.
The brutality of growing still gets me, but the strawberries have done their job.